We'll try for a third time. Evening, everyone. Chief Prepper here. This is my binocular pouch. It's designed for hunters. This particular version is from Midway USA. Open the little flap, and out they come. Safety strap so you don't drop them or lose them in the woods, or if you're out in the cliffs. Anyway, cool thing to have. I haven't seen anybody talk about this, so keep that in mind. Do your research on it. Find something that works for you. It would definitely be handy for you if you're on the move. So I wanted to talk to you about gardening, your harvest, your yields, and your consumption rate. Your consumption rate is never going to be what your harvest and yield is. November 4th, I picked 2 1-quart baggies full of serrano, cayenne, and jalapeno peppers. And while I love peppers, I can't eat that many peppers, and I have a whole bunch more to pick in the next week. About a week ago, I got my first 3 bell peppers. I gave away 2, kept 1, and I have a bunch more bell peppers coming. So, again, so you're going to need to balance, and if you haven't started gardening, you need to start gardening. You need to start getting a feel for how many plants you want to plant, for how much of a yield, how much of a harvest, and your consumption rate. And then, since you're probably going to always have more than what you're going to eat, you're going to need to make sure you learn how to pickle and can. I don't know how to do either one of those, but I am going to get busy on the dry canning for some of my dry goods. And I have supplies on hands to do actual canning, but I got to get a canning machine first. I had a long list of things to deal with. So, update on the 1972 Dodge. I did get the motor back in, got all the bugs worked out, got it wired up, got the new carb tuned, got it drivable, and then I had an electrical fire in it, so I'm going to have to put a new wiring harness on it, which is tedious and a pain, and probably new gauges. So, my 1-ton dually's better than it was, but it's still not where I want it to be. I really do believe that with the natural gas shortage and the fuel becoming an issue, and the fertilizer for the farmers being an issue in the spring, that gardens and producing as much produce that you can eat yourself is going to become a big deal. So I encourage all of you to get into that if you haven't. Maybe reaching out to some of the people that are way more experienced than I am on doing the canning and the pickling of some things, just to save some time and effort so I don't have to start from scratch. But other than that, everything points to something worse than this year. This year was worse than last year, and it was very depressing. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's one of those things that makes you question prepping, only because you kind of start thinking, like, no matter how much I have, it's never going to be enough. But sometimes you just need enough to get you to a certain stage, and then something will change, and hopefully you have enough on hand to make it to that changing point. So I can tell you that the 2 or 3 HEBs that I've been in and the military commissary, there is absolutely no shortage of turkeys. There's absolutely no shortage of hams. Now, I didn't go up and down the aisle today, but the store was pretty full, and so I'm still stocking up. I encourage all of you to do the same. The show on. Anyway, stay safe, do the best you can, and do your homework on everything, do your research, cover down on food, water, and security, and then work on everything else. Chief Prepper out.